Just another Monday. There are people. Today, I just closed my charger in my door. Today we're going to Mom and Dad's. We're gonna go watch Jet. There's that, and then look at this. Fire's still going. Look at the pool. Go outside? Yeah? Wanna go down to the lake? Me and my Berber. This is little Jet. Little Jet. My niece. Spending some quality time together. First time in a baby backpack, huh? See, there's so much to see. Never done this before. So much to see. This little thing does not want to stay down, does it? Look how pretty it is out here, Jet. We're in the ocean. It's a good distraction from crying. What? Did you say something? What'd you say? Oh man, that's bright. I feel the exact same way, Honey Munchkin. What are you thinking about? What's going on in your brain? Are you pooping? Are you pooping in there? Please don't be pooping. Don't be pooping in the backpack. I feel like there's a dinosaur around. It's Beans! Hi, little beanie, weenie, schmeenie. It's my little beanie. Beans just wants her belly petted. Oh. Alright then. Let's continue on. You kind of are heavy. You're kind of fat. Fire's still burning from the squad fire, and Beans is just gonna follow us the whole time, all the way down to the mailbox. Uh-oh. 1 and 2 are coming. I'll give you one guess as to why they're called 1 and 2. Ew. Yum. Tonight we're going into a little bit of box tops. Box tops. Remember when you had to collect box tops for school? Never did that. I figured we could do laundry today. Look at my slippers. Look how cute they are. Don't you love them? They're cute. I like them. So today we're talking about Crohn's disease. Is that music too loud? Oh. This is like so irritating. I just don't understand like why this. So today we're talking about Crohn's disease. What is Crohn's disease? Crohn's disease. How do you spell Crohn's disease? How do you spell disease? Well, so it all started out when I was 8. I went to Michigan with some of my family. A family member told my parents, hey, you need to take her to the doctor because she's sick. So they did. And I remember when we first went in there and my pediatrician pediatrician sat us all down, and she was like, Samantha, are you getting enough food at home? And I was like, yeah. She's like, is there anything going on at home? And I was like, no. I guess I was so bad that she thought that I was being neglected. Like, that's how underweight I was. That's how poor I looked. That's not it. I have the best parents in the world, so that was not the case at all. So she took my blood, blah, 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 blah. She brought us back and said, hey, you guys have your daughter has Crohn's disease. And I was like, what's Crohn's disease? And then it all went downhill from there. So first, I'm never going to get through this laundry. First, what they did was tell me what Crohn's disease is. So Crohn's disease is like, it's not like, it actually is an autoimmune disease where your body basically attacks itself. And there is no cure for it. And so when this happens, you're in pain all the time. And it can happen in any part of your digestive tract. And I'm explaining this really bad and all over the place, and I'm sorry. I don't know why it's so hard to talk about. I guess it's so hard for me to talk about my Crohn's because it's been so up and down. There's been so many things that have happened that I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know how to talk about this. Crohn's is an autoimmune disease where your body basically attacks itself, causing a slew of issues. Like, you get ulcers in your intestines, that causes you pain, and it's terrible. You don't get your nutrients from your food. You're malnourished, you are in pain, you can have headaches, you can have throwing up. It's kind of different for everybody. Crohn's, although we all have Crohn's, it's different for everybody. Everybody's pain is different. Everybody's symptoms are different. Some people can lose their hair. Some people can lose eyesight. Some people, well, we all have diarrhea. But that's what that is. There's so much to talk about with Crohn's that I don't even know where to start. Now what do we talk about? What is my status of my health right now? I would say it's good. It hasn't been this good since probably 2015. Fall of 2015. So, I've been healthy for a hot minute. I have an ostomy, a colostomy, a loop colostomy. So, what is that? That's basically where your intestine is pulled up to the surface of your stomach and sliced open, so you poop out of the side of your stomach into a bag. Maybe that's what this should be about, my ostomy. So I'm going to talk about my ostomy because there are a billion factors that I could talk about my Crohn's, but that would just be like the longest episode in the entire world. So I'll just talk about living with an ostomy. So I've had my ostomy since March 20th, 2017. I think that's when I had my third surgery. So I have an ostomy. How's life with an ostomy? Deflating. Always in inflating, but it's deflating. The hardest part of Crohn's has been having to deal with an ostomy. I think the hardest part of having Crohn's for me and my journey with Crohn's has been having to live with an ostomy. Because I never thought that I would be so bad that I would need an ostomy. Growing up, I went to a camp with other people who had Crohn's and colitis. And I would see other kids walking around with bags, and I would think, man, that really sucks. I was like, but my Crohn's is never going to be so bad where I need a bag. And then it was. The fall of 2015, I went to school in New York for college. And I was on Simsia, and I decided to go off because I felt good and I was being stupid. And I wanted to know if it was, I don't know, if it was working. It just wasn't a smart decision to go off my Simsia, but it was the lesson that I really needed to learn. And when I went off my Simsia and I went away for college, it was all good that semester, but I guess Christmas of 2015 is when I started to feel bad. I started to lose weight, and I got sick, and I got sick, and I got sick. And at that time, I was 19, and I hadn't been sick since freshman year. I had gone a good couple years being in remission, so I didn't have my pediatrician to go to, because they only take you up to 18, and I was 19. And so it was a struggle for about 6 months, not only feeling like terrible, but having to find a doctor that really understood Crohn's and knew anything about it, or was willing to take me, because a lot of doctors, they just, you need a referral, or there's a waiting process, whatever. So yeah, from January, I waited a long time to see a doctor, because I started feeling bad about January 2016, and I didn't even have my surgery until March 2017. It was a good long while until I finally found a doctor. I go to the Cleveland Clinic in Weston. Their gastroenterology team is one of the leading clinics in the country. And so I have my doctor and I have my surgeon, and they work together to figure out what needed to happen. And they both tag teamed, and I was in and out of the hospital a lot. Before I had surgery, I was in and out of the hospital a lot, and I was in pain to the point where I couldn't get out of bed. was sick. Like, I was really sick. And it was a really bad time in my life because when you're sick with Crohn's or colitis, your friends, your family, they don't get it. They don't understand. So you feel Crohn's makes you feel really alone when you're in pain, and you're in pain for a long time. And when you're like me and you've not had one, you've not had two, this is your third fight with it. It can feel really defeating. Like, you can get to a point where it's like, am I gonna be in pain forever? And what's the point of living if I'm gonna be in pain all the time? What's the point of living if I'm never gonna win this fight? Crohn's can make you guess what the point is in fighting a fight with yourself if you know that no matter how hard you try, you're just gonna lose. And that's a hard thing to have to cope with. And when you're in pain, it's hard to see that light at the end of the tunnel. And if you've never met anybody else with Crohn's or colitis, I don't know how people who have never met anybody else can get through it. I don't understand. I have that connection to know that I'm not alone, you know. So I don't know how people who've never met anybody else or doesn't know anybody else without Crohn's or colitis, I don't know how they do it, because I don't think I could have. Because it is such a it can be such a lonely battle. And when you're sick, you know, not everybody knew how sick I was. And the friends that I went to high school with, you know, they were all living their lives, and I was really alone during that time. And it was a good long while. Like, it was about, I don't know, it was a long time where it was just me and my parents, and my pain. So anyways, the doctor basically said, you know, you might have to get an ostomy, and I was holding on to the idea that I wasn't gonna need an ostomy. Like, I was like, I know they're gonna tell me that I don't need an ostomy. And then it came to the point where they scoped me and they were like, you're gonna have an ostomy. And I was like, so defeated. Because although, I gotta get it together, like, I can't even talk about it, it's ridiculous. Crohn's is an invisible disease. So you see somebody with Crohn's, maybe they're skinny, but you can't really tell that they have Crohn's, you know? Whereas for me, having an ostomy, it's something that it's really hard to hide sometimes. And I always liked the fact that although maybe sometimes I look skinny, nobody could ever really tell that I was sick, and I like that. So for me, having an ostomy was like somebody stamping Crohn's on my forehead, and it was like, I'm gonna hate this. So I had my third surgery, and It wasn't supposed to be a very long surgery. It was supposed to be about 3 hours. It ended up being about, I think, 6 hours. And I remember waking up when I was like finally God. I remember waking up and looking down and seeing the bag, and it was like, it like didn't feel real until I saw it. And for some people, I'm sure maybe having an ostomy isn't as big of a deal for them. For me, it was. For me, it was. And it's something that, wow. Although I got it a year and 8 months ago, I have moments where it's just as hard to deal with it now as it was the day I got it. Ursula, that was what I named her. She really humbled me. She really humbled me. And recovery from that surgery was really hard. It took me a long time to recover. I just had a lot of issues, and I had a lot of pain in recovery, and to the point where I was like suicidal. Like I was like, I don't even care. Like I don't care to heal, because I know I don't even care to fight. I don't care to get better, because one, I'm already going to be ugly because I have an ostomy, and two, I already know that I'm just going to get sick again. Like I was like, it's only going to be a matter of time before I'm sick again and Crohn's comes crawling up again. So I just like, and I think a lot of people with Crohn's and colitis have had suicidal thoughts, you know, because that's pain that's real. That pain is real. But it's a fight, and we are warriors, we are survivors. And we all have different stories, but we all have the same story. And so getting my ostomy, how did it affect me? It affected me in a lot of ways. First, I was intimidated by it. Like I didn't know how to change it. It was just so frustrating, so overwhelming, and I had to figure out like what clothes to wear so that I could hide it better. It's made me feel ugly, like every time, like I still feel ugly, like, and that's a personal issue that I have to get through. You know, having this ostomy, I feel gross. I feel like having this ostomy makes me feel gross. It makes me feel ugly. It makes me feel like nobody will ever think that I'm beautiful, because I don't think that I'm beautiful, which isn't true, and I know that. But that's something that mentally I haven't overcome yet. It's something that mentally I haven't overcome yet. I hope one day that I can get it reversed. But who knows? Maybe I have to live with it forever. I don't know. The last time I went to my doctor, like I said, it's been a year and 8 months since I got it. She actually said, you know, I want to scope you and talk about reversal. So just knowing that it's a possibility that I could have it reversed is amazing. But it's also scary because what if I get it reversed and it comes back and I have to go through all of that over again, and I have to, there are so many people who have had an ostomy, got it reversed and then had to get it again, and that's just terrible. I can't imagine. Luckily having this ostomy, being on my Cimzia, I am healthy, and I can do things that I was not even close to being able to do 2 years ago. Like, I couldn't have even seen that I would be here where I am today. I couldn't see myself being happy. I couldn't see myself with friends. I couldn't see myself, really, I couldn't see myself being confident in who I am, and I am. I think having this ostomy has showed me that I shouldn't judge myself so hard for how I look. It has changed my definition of beauty. Beauty is not how you look. Beauty is who you are. Having this ostomy has made me more beautiful. Having this ostomy has allowed me to have experiences in life where I'm just totally happy and pain-free, and that's all I could ever ask, is to be pain-free. There's always sacrifice, there's always give and take with this disease, and if an ostomy is what I have to live with for the rest of my life, then that's, it's like not ideal, but that's something I'll have to do. And there are so many other people out there who live with Crohn's, who live with colitis, who live with ileostomies and colostomies, and they're living fulfilled, happy lives. And they are so thankful and grateful, and I am so thankful and I'm so grateful to be where I am because of this ostomy. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. There are so many people out there still in pain every single day, and I'm not. And so this ostomy has allowed me to live my life spontaneously, to the fullest that I possibly can. And I'm so grateful for that, because there was that time not too long ago where I didn't think I would ever be here, and I am. So how has an ostomy changed my life? It's changed it for the better. Sometimes it feels like sometimes I feel like it comes with its own demons. It plays tricks on my mind. But it's a personal battle. And I know, and I've learned how to live with it, and I know how she acts. I can gauge her better now. Me and Ursula, she's my best friend and my worst enemy, but I couldn't trade her if I had to. And I don't know if I would trade her if I could, because I'm grateful to have an ostomy. And I'm grateful for all of the lessons I've learned having this ostomy. I'm grateful for the life that I've been able to live because of this ostomy. I'm grateful for the confidence this ostomy has given me to be vulnerable to other people, to share my story with other people. And I'm grateful for everybody who I feel comfortable with, who I feel comfortable around with having this ostomy. I'm grateful for my mom and dad who's had to see me go through so much. I can't imagine what it's been like being a parent to somebody like me. Having to watch a kid struggle is not cool. And without my parents, I don't know where I'd be. I'm thankful for my doctors and my surgeons for really trying to find the best path for me, even though, like, I would have never chosen an ostomy. But they knew what was best for me, and I had faith in them, and here I am, I'm healthy. And so you have to have faith in the system, the healthcare system, which is scary. And I'm thankful for my friends, because I love my friends, and I know my friends are always going to have my back and be there for me if I need them. So, you know, I'm never going to have any of those, I don't think I'm ever going to have any of those days where I feel really lonely again, because I have found an amazing group of friends that, they were there all along, you know. But I've only recently become really close with, so I'm thankful that my ostomy has allowed me to be healthy enough to have those relationships and grow those relationships. Overall, my ostomy has really helped me and continues to help me and everybody else with an ostomy. You know, I don't know how this vlog has went. I'm sure I've had to cut out a lot. I'm sure it's kind of everywhere. But you're not alone in your struggle. Maybe having an ostomy for other people is easier. For me, it's not, but it's something that I'm learning to deal with, something I'm learning to live with still. And I get better at it every single day. And it gets easier. Everybody else out there who might be getting an ostomy or has one or just got one or has had one for years, you know. It does get better, it gets easier, and there are many of us out here who have them and have Crohn's, have colitis, who have invisible diseases and can relate to your story. So never be afraid to, never feel like you're alone, because you're not. And if there's anybody out there who has an ostomy or is overwhelmed with their illness or whatever, you know, you can talk to me. I'm sure I'll understand. So yeah, that's it for this vlog. I didn't get any of my laundry put away. I cried like a freaking baby. This is not the direction I thought that my laundry night was gonna go, but it did. Sorry. I promise the rest of my vlogs are not going to be like sad and depressing. Like, that's not going to happen, but I needed to do one. And this is just one little part of my life with Crohn's, my ostomy. That doesn't even touch everything else that I've been through. I'm sure I'll have other vlogs that go over that stuff. If you've liked my vlog, comment, like, subscribe, share. Ugh, I'm sure I'm an ugly crier, so don't judge me. Sorry. Thanks for watching. Hope your Monday went well. Be and Ursula. It's a love-hate relationship, but couldn't ask for a better sidekick.